welcome back here. It's the stream chat portion on QSportsTalk.com of the nighttime Coach Fran Brown Show. We are live here at Heritage Hill Brew House. And to those who are getting their notifications on Twitch here on QSportsTalk.com, you can enter into the chat room, start saying hi, asking questions, comments, etc. And wish the coach and team well as they get set for that trip to Boston College. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you too. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, things are well. And it doesn't get more exciting than the last weekend. Come from behind, overtime win in the Dome. And how does that compare, Coach, just out of curiosity, and you hear the crowd after an overtime win at home compared to winning a game in overtime on the road and quieting their home crowd? Obviously, the home is more exciting, but...
Yeah, home is always good because you get to do it right in front of your fans. But in the same sense, I'm just looking for the win. You know, wherever it's at, it's always just about the win. Because I know the fans are cheering, whether they're on TV or in the stands. I'm pretty sure they'll be cheering. But it was pretty cool to do it at home, you know. I don't have to worry about the plane ride and all that stuff back afterwards.
Just an exciting time, and questions rolling in here. We can start right off with Roddy Richards. He wants to know if you've had any interactions with Coach Dion along your coaching career.
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, he's a mentor. Yeah, we cool. I could text him, call him, send stuff over to my sons if I tell my sons need stuff. He's a good dude, man. He helps and he talks well. I mean, he's Dion a real deal, not just as a football player, but now. As a coach, he's the same. Like, he's a good father, just a good man. You know, I respect him a lot. I follow a lot that he do. It's not a game that I don't watch that they play. You know, I'm 100% full Colorado. I want to see him go. I want to see Shador go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just all of them. I enjoy watching them play, though, man. He does a really good job. Hoping to turn our atmosphere into that kind of atmosphere. So I love what he's doing. It helps guys like myself that are coming up in coaching.
What was your first interaction? Like, when did you first meet the Coach Dion, just out of curiosity?
I think we talked when Shallow was, I was at Baylor as a coach, and I think that's when we first started to talk, when I was coaching at Baylor, the secondary. And his sons were young, and he was telling me how good they would be because he was coaching at high school there. And he was just saying different things and giving me different pointers on stuff. And we just started, like, it was pretty cool from there. As me being a coach, kids players started to reach out to him, and then we just connected here again recently because Nick Williams came to coach with us. So, like, just talking through there and just always talk. You know, we always reach out to each other, and I'm asking them questions and doing things. They get a big win. I'm telling them that's a big-time win and different things, and then he's telling me different things. So, I mean, he really showing us how to show me how to lead these young men and what's the best way to lead them. So, I like watching him.
I follow him on Instagram, and he's every day he's got a very good motivational, positive message. Even whether you followed him as a player or liked him or didn't like him or hated it, whatever it is, because he is who he is. But if you follow him, he's got great every day.
If you hated him as a player, then you're just a hater.
Yeah, right.
That's just bad. So you got to figure out how not to be a hater. If you hated him as a player, then you're just a hater. I don't follow everybody on the Instagram piece. I kind of stay off of that. I just try to focus on the daily.
He's got good stuff on there every day.
He's just a real dude. So he's a real dude.
Jacob wants to know, do you know, or what can you say about Coach Bill O'Brien over at Boston College? Do you know him well?
I don't know him well, but I know who he is. You know, we've had conversations a few times, of course, coaching clinics and things of that nature. But I know he's a real good football coach. That's what I just know about him, that piece. We haven't had opportunities of, like, talking and things of that nature. We just talked at the clinics and stuff like that. And he's a real good coach, though. He's a cool dude from what I met right there.
Question here about the halftime locker room speech after the first half against Virginia Tech. What was the nature of it? And how do you plan any of that ahead of time? It's just at that moment it comes out, it comes from the heart?
No, everything I do from my heart. You know, I put it in the faith, and then my faith just carries into my heart. And that's just like everything I do from my heart. But I don't plan any of that stuff. I mean, it wouldn't be right if you plan it. And we just said we had to get right, all of us, you know, from myself on down, we had to get right. And just stay focused, you know, and hoping that we don't dig ourselves into the same hole again, because I think this football team is actually a really good football team. So we're just trying to stay focused so that way we don't have to go through the same thing again.
Is it ever like in the movies, like for halftime speeches for sports movies, where like a player suddenly wants to say something and you give him the floor, and somebody that you wouldn't expect anything from, but all of a sudden something comes out of them that's motivational? Or no?
No, not really.
No?
Not really. It's just kind of, it is what it is. We stick to business, stick to the script.
Like if a guy just suddenly said, Coach, I'd like to address the team.
I'm just let him address the team because he's on the team. He has more than the right to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
This one here, Coach. Coach Prime, his last stop in baseball was here in Syracuse when he was playing with the Syracuse Chiefs back in the day.
Yeah, he told me that. He mentioned that. Yeah, he told me that. Yeah.
Did he seem to enjoy the experience?
Yes, it was cool. I mean, we didn't talk about this that long. He's just like, yep, I was there. He mentioned that.
That's it.
Yeah.
This one here, any update, medical status on Willis and Dennis? Any chance they'll be available on Saturday?
No, they won't play this week.
Not this week?
No.
Will be there some guys available on Saturday that weren't available last week?
No, same thing. Everybody
same thing?
Yeah.
How about this from Richards? What message do the coaching staff give to the offense in the game after a turnover?
What message does the coaching staff give to the offense after a turnover?
Yes.
Hold the ball.
Yes. Stop turning it over.
Yeah, don't turn it over. I mean, just hold the ball, especially if it's a fumble. I mean, that was our first fumble we had, so make sure you hold the ball, double when in trouble, you know what I'm saying? So things of that nature, but just hold the ball.
There's no secret
Protect
to
the
it.
football. Like, the football is everything. It's our dreams, our goals, aspirations. I learned that from Greg Schiano. So like hold the ball, because it's really it holds everybody's dreams, goals, and aspirations. So we'll be able to do that, and if you get the opportunity to hold the program in your hand, then you got to protect it.
Last week you'd mentioned, because someone had a question about kicking, and you mentioned that you wanted to reach out to Dave Jacobs or somebody like that to come in and maybe talk to the team. Were you able to do that this past week?
Yeah, we talked. He came in. He hasn't come back in this week, but he did come in on Friday through the walk, and pretty sure he'll start possibly next week, maybe coming in. We have to really sit and have a conversation. The week went so fast. Seen him Friday. We spoke to the team, and then but he was just out because we were to the game and doing different things. So he'll come around.
This from Sandy. Coach, great win last week. What are your thoughts on the college football rosters expanding to the maximum of 105 student athletes? Does that change the way you recruit?
No, I'm going to still do the same thing. Oh, it is what it is. I'm going to follow the rules the way they put them in. We're going to follow them to the best of our ability, so that way if it's all good. 105 helps. We probably have, instead of 85 scholarships, maybe 95, and then 10 walk-ons, something of that nature. So we just see how it goes.
How many walk-ons are in the team right now, just out of curiosity?
We got 112 players on our entire team. There's 85 scholarships, so I would say, you know what I'm saying, that's the number off of that, so just going at that.
Any of them actually walk-ons that come on and you hadn't heard about them before, and you see them play and they ever actually got something there?
Yeah, a lot of guys. I mean, when you got 27 players on a team that, you know what I'm saying, that's all walked on, of course they'll be able to play and be able to do things. I mean, Jackson Kennedy just kicked the field goal last weekend and made points in the game. Jaden O made points in the game, kicked the field goal. Josh Kabbalah, who I walked on, who's now doing an amazing job. I mean, he starts on several different special teams. Just all of them. There's so many guys that get a chance. Masters, he's played for us. Going to be a doctor. He's going to be my doctor one day. He started on several teams several times this year, and now he's back and forth off and on. So, I mean, it just happens. It happens a lot all the time. It always happens. So, I mean, I think this is an opportunity for walk-ons to come here, because you get a chance to not only play football at a prestigious program, but you also get to get a really great education. And this education is legit, especially in the Northeast, one of the better educations to get in the Northeast. No one else really can compete when it comes to that piece, so I think it's pretty cool.
This from Steve. He says, Coach, among Fans, your team had a reputation for playing a conservative defense, but I noticed that after the Virginia Tech game, we've now pulled even with the opposition with 18 sacks and 45 tackles for a loss on the year. That's tied for 45th and 67th in the country. Do you prefer to try to disrupt plays before they start or to keep them in front of you? And how much does the availability of Marlowe Wax impact the type of defense that we play?
Well, that's a really good question. We just want to try to stop what you do well. Try to eliminate what you do well, and then have one more point to you at the end of the game. So I don't really look at that. I don't look at the statistics or where we have. That's the first time I've heard that and went through that. That's not important to me. What's important to me is protecting the football, eliminating explosive plays, creating explosive plays, and scoring in the red zone and not allowing people to score in the red zone. Also being able to look at those things, all that other stuff, it'll just have you chasing stuff. Do you want to be number one in everything in the country? Yes, you do, but right now that's not where we are. It's going to take a little bit of time for us to get there.
Now, it's trying to disrupt what they do well. When you look at the BC on tape and you've watched their games all year, what do they do well that you're going to try to interrupt on Saturday?
It's hard because I think they have the ability to hit shots and do that. Just with the coaching staff they have with Coach O'Brien, he's able to do a lot of different things. I think they can run the ball well. I think that they use the tight end well. They do a good job using the tight end, and they do a really good job using Bond. Bond's a really good player. So, they do a real good job and everything. They can run the ball. I think they can take shots and hit them. Their quarterback can run the ball, so that's always a threat. These guys are a real good football team, man, and they're so close to being literally, you could be not 4-4, they should be 6-2 somewhat, sure, or could be 7-1, things like that. So we don't pay attention to the record. I watch the tape and I'm like, dang, these dudes got a lot of weapons and things that they're a good football team.
And it's a good old school Northeast rivalry game that obviously we've come to look forward to every year now for a lot of years. Is it a rivalry in regards to kind of going after the same recruits?
It's a rivalry for everything. Yeah, for everything. It's a rivalry for everything. It's important that we go out and compete and have fun. It's Boston College versus Syracuse. So like we get to play each other. We're going out. It's a rivalry for everything. It's a rivalry for all of it. Like I get to coach against Bill O'Brien. So like we're gonna have fun. We're gonna compete. Like he's a competitive dude just like I am. So and he and I both get an opportunity to coach in a game that's been going on for a long time. So it's gonna be fun for us to go out there and compete against each other and have fun and get the best out of both players. I hope both teams are playing their best football on Saturday, for 4 hours, and hopefully that both of us are able to go play our best football on Saturday.
This from Ryan. He says, Coach, thanks for standing up for the marching band during the halftime. I don't call it an incident. They were the kicker. They was warming up or whatever.
Just an accident. He's a young kid, a kicker, but that's my band.
Yeah,
and
it's the band
for us, and their coach is a good dude. So you do anything with the dance team, with the band, cheerleaders, you disrespect any of them, you disrespecting us, and I know they wouldn't do that to anyone, and it was nothing towards the kid. It was just towards the action that was taking place during their halftime show, which they worked so hard for. That's their game.
Yeah.
So it's like, how you just can't come in between their game like that and do that, So I just didn't like that.
This from Orange NY. What was it like meeting Coach Boeheim up on campus?
What was it like meeting him?
Yeah.
I'm still just like, wow, it's Coach Boeheim still right now. Even when I get to see him, I asked him a lot of questions. So anytime I see him, I talk to him for at least 20 minutes. That's the least amount of time that I'm going to talk to him because there's a lot of stuff I'm asking him and going through and telling him. And I like to say things to him because Coach Boeheim has no filter. So if he thinks that I'm doing something dumb, he'll be like, that's dumb. He'll just tell me that, like, that's dumb, don't do that. So I like to just tell him as much as I could possibly tell him about what I'm doing and where our program is and how, I'm trying to build a program and just ask him, am I doing it right? Does he think that it's going the right way? What does he see that I should change and things of that nature? And he just tells me all that stuff. He knows a lot of ball. I know he played basketball and did all those things, but he's been watching for years. He loves watching football. Like he's a sports junkie. You know what I mean? So he loves it all. So it's pretty cool to I'm honored that he allows me to talk to him.
And he is like a walking encyclopedia of sports, not just basketball, like I said,
everything.
but you ask him about a football game from 1998, and he'll tell you who had the passing yardage and who had the winning score or whatever, like photographic memory.
He's good. He loves sports.
I bumped into a guy, Coach, on the weekend. I was at the Funny Bone at the Comedy Club, and the guy who runs it, his son plays in the same Pop Warner team as your son, I think.
Yeah, they're on the same team.
Yeah.
He told me that too. Yeah. I met him a few times. He was a nice person. But our kids they had a game the next day, their championship.
They're in the championship?
Something like that, like sectional states. But they had a game, and they won on the last play of the game the same way.
Did they really?
My son actually made a tackle. He got the tackle and ran off excited and happy about it. So they had a good game, but they won like 34-27. And Braden played a good game. All those little dudes, they play well. You know, they were down in the beginning. A lot of calls weren't going their way, and they just stayed focused, and they ended up coming back and winning. And so it was pretty cool to watch my son.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Those guys play. Yeah, I got a chance to be at that game in the morning.
So Pop Warner, how old is he then?
He's 12. They're 12 years old. It's like 12U, something like that.
Yeah.
So he's 12.
Well, that's cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, he had fun.
And then the guy at he said at the Funny Bones, they told him, well, I'll see you on Thursday, and I'd bring that up and mention it. But he said, Coach, hey, if he wants to come, I know it's busy during the season.
He always tells me that.
When things comes up.
Yeah, when it comes down a little bit, I'll go too. I just don't really go out like that. I can't wait to do that with our team, to be able to take them over there. But I'm more of a in-house guy. I be chilling. I just do football, or I go to sporting events. I like sports, so I go to sporting events, but got to figure out the right time to go there, with my family.
Do you have like a favorite comedian? Just from whatever era that you've watched on television?
Yeah, Martin, I guess Kevin Hart, like guys like that are extremely funny. So I like watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I like Larry David. Larry David's funny. Mike Epps, funny as hell. Yeah, Mike Epps.
He's very funny.
Super funny. Yeah, really funny. I think funny. I watch different stuff. So I get to watch Cam and Mace on their show, and then I watch Gilly and him on their show. So I like my version of funny. They funny as heck. Just watching them every day, and so it's a lot of dudes to me that are funny. That dudes I love what they do on the show. Those dudes are funny. They cool too. I respect the way they grind and pushing and where they at and how they just constantly keep going. So them being able to rap and then they'll go from rap to having their own shows and making those shows all through it. So I think those dudes are funny. They do a real good job. We were talking at that work, some of the guys, because I know during this show over the past, couple of weeks, someone will ask about favorite, New Jersey rappers, or before he went to the Pittsburgh game, somebody asked about that. And when you think of Boston, you're going to Boston for the BC game, there's no rappers that kind of jump out name-wise. Boston rappers. I think of Boston. I think of Mickey Ward. Boxing. Yeah, boxing. Mickey Ward was tough. Rapping town. I think he's from Boston. I don't know. Mark Wahlberg. I don't really. Marky Mark. I'm not about to act like I know who all those dudes are. I don't know them. I don't think of that. When I think of Boston, I think of the Celtics. So I think of the Celtics, the Red Sox. Sure. Sports all the time with me. Like I said earlier, they got a real good legal seafood there. I remember going there before. Their aquarium was nice. I went to the aquarium with my son when I went before, but I don't know. I don't really like. It's a good visit. Good. Boston. Boston ain't my spot. It's cool. I just don't go to Boston. You brought up Celtics and the NBA. Your 76ers having a rough start to the season. Things aren't going well right now. I haven't watched though, so I think it's because I haven't had time to watch. So the season starts after the All-Star game, because everybody's still focused on football right now. So the season starts after the All-Star game. So after the All-Star game, then I'll tell you where it's at. So But right now it's I'm focused on our season and where we at. Is what it is. Yeah. Did you have a chance to watch any NFL at all? A little bit. Not really. It's hard because I'm. Yeah, you're doing your own. Looking at who we about to play and stuff like that. But I know the Eagles doing well.
Eagles
Yeah,
are doing well.
The Eagles are doing well. I got a chance. I did watch I always watch the end of games. I'm always catching the end of games. So I seen the end of the Chiefs and Bucks game the other night. It was a real good game. It's because I like watching situational football. So them going down to football. That's what I like about the NFL. You just catch the end of the game, and it's like you watch the whole thing because you get to see situational football and see how those dudes make decisions. Because they're some of the smarter coaches in the country. So you get a chance to watch them and just see how they handle their situational football and stuff. 2 minute, whether it's 4 minute, get the ball back, whether it's 2 minutes to go and score, how do they run the clock out, just things of that nature. Do we waste the time out now and hold on? So usually like that.
Do you do analytics like that, Coach? Like I heard a little bit when you and Matt were talking in the first hour about in overtime, the percentage of times that certain plays work with certain situations. Like if something is 3rd and 5, is it better to run a certain kind of play, or do you just from your gut and from your
straight gut?
That's it. It's like
that's what
throw that out the window, and this is what I'm going with.
Yeah, that's from my gut. I'll just do everything from my gut.
See, text again. If you want a question here, the last couple of moments with Coach Fran Brown, you can put it into the stream chat here of QSportsTalk.com, and we'll get as many as we can here. This one, Ryan says, looking at Wikipedia's list of notable sports people from Camden. He's a freestyle wrestler, a boxing world lightweight champ and cruiserweight champ. The Camden Buzzsaw. Ring a bell?
Camden Buzzsaw?
The Camden Buzzsaw.
What was his real name, though?
I like Camden Buzzsaw better. I didn't know what it is.
Yeah, that's not. Is that Dwight Muhammad?
Yeah, Dwight Muhammad.
I know Jordan Burroughs is from up there. That's the Jordan Burroughs, who's actually my dad and his mom are like first cousins, or they might be sister brother. My dad's mom had 21 kids, so I didn't get a chance to know every single one of them. But I know Jordan Burroughs and myself are like second or third cousins, so I know who he is well. So I see them say Jordan Burroughs. Camden known for basketball too. You got to go back to the Wagners. Wagner, DeJuan Wagner. And now DJ Wagner, of course, is doing well, but there were so many basketball players from there. You would say Mike Rozier, who won a Heisman Trophy. And then there's a lot of players, Derek Ramsey, Art Steele, all those guys of that nature. Now me.
Now you. Well, you probably show up now in Wikipedia searches, I'm sure.
And you also say Rashad Baker. There's a lot of guys that I grew up with that had a chance to do the right things when it came up to it, So it's a good deal.
Just watching some football here tonight on the big screen at Heritage Hill Brew House. And the one guy used to be Dwight Braxton.
Oh, yeah, I know Dwight Braxton.
That's the same guy, I think, that Dwight Muhammad.
It's funny, Dwight Braxton, and I won't say that story, but I got an uncle who loves boxing also. Man, he knows Dwight Braxton pretty well.
But I think that's about how much time that we have here, right? We're going to wrap things up here, Coach. Best of luck. Go Orange on Saturday, that noon kickoff. Again, a nice early game for you. I know you like those noon games, so you can kind of catch up on some of the afternoon games and get home in time to
30-minute flight
with the family.
It's a 30-minute flight to Boston.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
go Orange. Coach Fran Brown, we'll see you again next week.
Be safe.
Thank you, Coach. And we'll see you next week here at QSportsTalk.com. Thanks.
That is horrible.